Okay. So in the last chapter, we discussed about the water and the natural resources of the water, and we saw the distribution of water in the seas, under the ground, in the lakes, the form of glaciers, all this one. So today we will discuss about the diseases which are related to water. It means that the in the spread of those diseases or these diseases, water plays a vital role, or important role. So we will see those diseases which are spread by the water. So here, why water is suitable for spread of that disease? So why? Because water provides a very good habitat for living things. We know that water is the basic need for any organism or any living thing. Water is a basic necessity for that particular organism. Now they're saying there is a plenty of food in water because the presence of plants and their ability to photosynthesis. Even inside the water, you will find lot of food for different organisms, especially the microorganisms. You can see that why? Because in the water you have plants, and plants do the process of photosynthesis, produce the food for themselves and for the others. Water provide a nutrient rich environment for bacteria. So water provides a high nutrient amount for the growth of bacteria. Bacteria may enter drinking water from sewage if sanitation is poor. Sanitation means that the system which is used to take out the wastewater from your homes or from the factories and dispose it in a safe place. If there is any leakage and sanitation, so the water can mix in the drinking water, mean the filthy water, or you can say that wastewater or contaminated water, it can be mixed with the drinking water. So if these bacteria are pathogens and the water in which they live is drunk untreated, and if you drink it untreated, means without cleaning you will drink it, so it can create lot of diseases. So this is the main, you can say, reason why the water is good habitat for those uh, kind of organism. So here they use the word pathogens. Pathogens means that there is an organism that cause disease, and it is a microorganism, and it causes a problem severe if your immune system is very weak. So this is the reason why the water is a good habitat for the lot of organisms, especially microorganisms and bacteria. Now we will discuss the waterborne diseases. The mainly them is cholera and typhoid. Here they're saying that typhoid and cholera, they are giving a comparison, and in comparison you can see that we will discuss them, cholera and typhoid. And first of all, we will discuss that what is the bacteria or bacterium which is responsible for these diseases. For example, if you see the cholera, so you will find Vibrio cholerae, cholerae, Vibrio cholerae. This is a bacteria which is causing the cholera. Okay. After that, you have this one, Salmonella, Salmonella typhi, or Salmonella typhoid. These are the names. So you should remember these names. I think in biology you also have these topics. So first of all, you should know the name of the bacteria which is responsible for these diseases. And they're saying that time before onset, the symptoms after infection. It means that how long it take to appear the symptoms on a person. For example, if it is infected, after how many days the symptoms will appear in that person or in the patient. For cholera, they're saying a few hours up to or 5 days. It can, you can see the system in a person within 5 hours, or sometime it takes even 5 days. Why 5 days? Because your immune system is fighting. If you are infected by the cholera, called against the bacteria, so first your immune system will fight for that, and if your immune system will be defeated by this bacteria, then the symptoms will start appear. And typhoid, they're saying that it takes 6 to 30 days, from 6 to 30 days. Normally, if you go to the doctor, for example, you have a fever, one day you will tolerate by yourself, then next day you will go to the doctor, doctor will write a medicine for you, and after that, let's say 5 days you took the medicine, but you are not getting any benefit, means that your sickness is still the same. So then doctor will tell you to do the test. Sometimes they do the test for typhoid, and sometimes they will maybe for cholera, but cholera is more visible because you find the vomiting, lose motion, all these things. But in typhoid, only fever is there, so it can be caused by even the malaria also, and caused by the typhoid. So they will take a test, and in the test they will identify this one. After that, what are the symptoms that appear in a person? So it means, I told you, it is diarrhea and vomiting in the cholera, and in this you have fever, abdominal pain with a skin rash, diarrhea and vomiting too. So you can find these are the symptoms. Now consequences, what these you can say diseases leads to, what they can cause, can be mild but can lead to be dehydration and death. Because if it is too much vomiting or diarrhea, so it can cause dehydration. Dehydration means the water will be removed from your body in the form of vomiting or the diarrhea, then your body will be dehydrated, mean less water is left in your body. And if it is not treated on time, so it can cause death also. And they're saying that 3 to 5% of infected people remain as carriers with no symptoms. They're saying that sometimes you will find that the people, they are just carriers, they are just spreading it, but they are, you will not see any symptoms on them. For example, in the corona, when the corona was started, the COVID, so you find they divide the categories that the people, they are, you can say get have, they can have a fever or other symptoms of corona, and some of them, they don't have any sign or any symptoms, and they are just carriers mean they just transfer that disease to another people, but themselves they are not affected. That is the carrier. So here they're saying that 3 to 5% infected people remain carriers with no symptoms. Okay. After that treatment, they're saying that what kind of treatment can be used. Then you have rehydration. It means that just give a lots of fluid liquid to the person, and so uh, you can remove the deficiency of water, or you can give a lot of water to it. A vaccine is present there, medicine in the form of medicine. And for typhoid you have antibiotic also, and even the vaccines are exist. Now just check the difference between them. Vaccine you are taking just before, like in a childhood. If you see any child, so it has the vaccines, a series of vaccine, in which you have the cholera, you have typhoid, you have mmr, you have the chicken pox. All these vaccines are available. So these vaccines are given to the people at the early age when the childhood is. And they will save the people from these diseases. But even after the vaccination, you are getting sick. So for that, they have a medicine in the form of antibiotic or in the form of oral solutions in cholera, which to overcome the can say deficiency of water. Still here any issue?
No.
Yes, Viral. Sam.
No issues.
Okay. Khalafullah.
No, sir.
Okay. Now we are going to discuss the things you can do, the strategies the people should use to avoid the cholera and other diseases. For example, first of all, we start with cholera. What is the first thing? Ensure that sewage and drinking water are kept separate. Sewage means the wastewater that coming from your homes, factories, and the drinking water, they should be separated. You know what is the issue? Sometime in some countries, there is a pipe, or this is a system for sewage. All the sewage from homes come in them, and these pipes means which pipes? These drinking water pipe also going nearby them. Sometime, is there any leakage in the pipe? It can allow the contaminated water or the polluted water mixed with the drinking water. So that can be a reason for what cholera. So you have to keep in your mind. In developed countries, you will not find this kind of chances, but the less economic developed countries, so you will find these things. So for that, we should, or the government should use the pipe far away for the sewage and for drinking. That is should be the policy of the government. So what is the first thing we have here? That ensure that sewage and drinking water are kept separate. This is the first thing. Even your home, you should have the sewage system covered. If you have a sewage system which is taking a filthy water from your home to the, you can say, outside in the mainstream, so it is better it should be covered completely. So there will not be no chance for bacteria to come to the drinking water, maybe with the help of air, with the help of insects, anything. Now, number two, sewage removed directly into a treatment works. Now they're saying that in our countries, like less developed countries, you will not find a special system to treat the sewage water. The sewage water which comes from your home. Now in Saudi Arabia, you will find that this sewage water goes to a special plant. This plant is used for treatment of sewage water. Here it will pass through different steps, okay, just like different stages. First this one, here they will remove all the large particles. We will study this one inshallah. And here after that, when it's become less harmful, then it is released in rivers or in other places. Otherwise it is treated before. So the same thing they're saying, the sewage removed directly into a treatment works. After that, water being treated before it is delivered into homes. They're saying that you should, you can say, pass water through a computer, you can say, scientific procedures for treatment, for its treatment, where you can remove all the germs, all the dirt, all, you can say, harmful things from the water. So water should be passed under a treatment, so then it should send to the homes when you are sure that it is safe for all means. After that, do not use contaminated water to wash food. Sometimes the people they are taking, even you saw that near the Nile River, some people they use that water to clean their clothes, even to clean their utensils, and sometimes they're using that to wash the cars and all that stuff. So in that case, it can also cause that disease. Maybe the germ particles will remain on the surface of anything and cause disease. But especially you should take care that even you're washing your food, that should be clean water. Hands should be washed after contact with any fissile material. Fissile material means the material which is excreted by the humans as a waste, bodily waste matter derived from ingested food. That is feces. So these are the steps. These are the, you can say, precautions you should take care while you want to stop the spread of cholera. Okay. Now, the water-bred diseases. Now they're saying that the carrier mean breeds in water and spreads the disease by biting its victim, especially like malaria. Malaria is also, you can say that, a disease which can uh, spread by the water. So normally the people they think that the malaria is due to the mosquitoes, and especially the female mosquitoes. But when we will see the studies and the research, so we will found that it is due to a you can say a special type of a parasite, that is plasmodium. It is caused due to this one. This mosquito is a carrier. Mosquito will take the plasmodium and it can inject the human. So that's why it is assumed that the mosquito is a major cause of the malaria. But the main thing is that parasite, what is name plasmodium, it's responsible, but it is found inside the mosquito. So that is the main thing. We will study the same you can say complete life cycle of malarial parasite. So I will show you the video also. With the help of that video, inshallah, we will try to understand or comprehend more. Okay. Now, what are the symptoms? If you talk about the symptoms of the malaria, you can say the high temperature and fever. Also, you can say diarrhea, dehydration, and feeling weak. So these can be the symptoms of the malaria. So here I will explain to you this cycle, and after that I will show you the video also, so it will give you a better comprehension. Now, if you see the plasmodium, this is a plasmodium. Okay. Now, in the form of sporozoites, it is found here outside. Then the first vector mean the first carrier of this one is mosquito. It goes inside the mosquito, then mosquito bite a human, and then it transfer it to the human. That is means the human is a host now. First the mosquito, then the human is a host. Inside the human, it it goes to the bloodstream, and after that it reaches to the liver. And liver is a very suitable place for malaria generation, reproduction. And from liver again it go to the bloodstream. And then if another mosquito, now this mosquito right now does not have plasmodium, it does not have plasmodium. Okay, but when it will bite a person who already have plasmodium inside his body, so it will take that plasmodium inside it, and then it will again transfer to the other human. Did you get my point? So here plasmodium first go to a mosquito, and not from human, from the you can say environment, it goes to the this mosquito. This mosquito bite a human, and inside the human it go to the liver where it can reproduct very quickly. Then again it go to the bloodstream, and after that it will again go to the bloodstream, and then a fresh mosquito, means a mosquito which does not have plasmodium before, it bites that human which already infected by plasmodium, and it will take the plasmodium from that human and it will transfer to the other human. So it's this cycle goes like this. Okay, we'll see another diagram for this. For example, this one, again they're saying that this is the, you can say, the blood meal for the this is a plasmodium. Is go to the, let me, okay, so here plasmodium, it go to the mosquito, then it go to the human. Okay, then again it go to the bloodstream, it affect the red blood cells. Okay, again this is inside the human, and inside the human it is, if any other mosquito will come and take it, and that will go to that mosquito, and if this mosquito will bite other human, it will spread like this. So now I'm going to show you the video, and you hope inshallah you understand that one. This link is given here, so later on you can check it.
Yeah, yes.
Yes.
Okay. I was want to tell you, in the exam they will not ask these details, that how it will go, what is the gametocyte, what is the mesocyte. No, it's not asked this one from you. Maybe in biology they will ask, but here they will not ask. But you should know the cycle, how it spread. Okay, as I told you, from first, you can say, it has in a female mosquito, then it on the when it bites a human, it go to the human bloodstream and go to the liver where to reproduce it, and then again to go to the bloodstream, and it attack the red blood cells, and from them it go to the bloodstream again. And if another mosquito will bite that infected person, so it will transfer to that mosquito also. So this is the main cycle. Yes, Khalafullah, understand?
Yes.
Yes, Lean, Misam, everyone. Maral.
Yes, yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, I understand.
Okay, sure. Thank you. Okay, now move to the how you can control the malaria now. Before we talk about cholera, now the malaria. So for that, you should, I think, already aware of some of them, because in Sudan, like Pakistan, the, you can say, the malaria is one of the biggest disease there due to this mosquito. So what is the first one? Sleeping under mosquito nets treated with an insecticides. You're saying that whenever you are sleeping outside, especially, and you should use the mosquito nets. They are used to stop the mosquito to allow to enter, to allow, I can say, stop them from entering to your bed. And sometimes the people using some insecticides, like some creams are available, some sprays are available, which are used to kill the mosquitoes. Now they're saying wearing clothing that covers most of your body. Okay, and treat exposed part of the body with mosquito repellent. Mosquito repellent, sometime you maybe in the you saw that one in the such small packets, plastic packet inside this one, it's like a liquid, and you will take it and you will just can say massage it over your hands, sometime over the face also, sometime your foot also, which remains outside the cloth while you are sleeping. So it, whenever mosquito will come near to it, due to its smell, it is, you can say, repelled from that particular person. After that, spraying insecticide inside building and accommodation. This thing they should do on, you can say, regular basis. If they have a, you can say, the threat of that malaria, it can spread. So the continuous spray in the building and your accommodation, it should be done, so it will avoid the, you can say, chances of bacteria. And after that, this is the things you should do at your, you can do this in your capacity, means an individual person can do these things. But on a larger scale, as a government, what the government should do: number one, the spray the insecticides inside the buildings, yes, like this municipal committee people, like baldia people, they are doing. Then draining wetland areas to eliminate breeding grounds. You know that water, as we discussed, that water is a good habitat for the reproduction and the growth of that mosquitoes. So whenever they will find a wetland, or they'll find the water, you can say, gathered a place which can cause the breeding of mosquitoes, they should remove that one water, or they should spray over that one. Put a oil layer top of the pool to stop the larvae from breathing and stop adults from laying eggs. You know, sometimes the pool, swimming pools, that the mosquitoes, they can, you can say, lay eggs there, and they can form the small larvae there. So if you will spray the oil, so oil will cover a layer on the water, as you know, it remain on the top of the water, and it will stop the, you can say, the air. For the larvae, they cannot breathe, and eventually they will die. And even for the adults mosquitoes, it will stop them from laying eggs. Introducing the fish which eat the larvae and pupae, means you should eat, for example, if there is a huge amount of water which cannot be, you can say, removed from there, so in that case you can bring there a special type of fish which will eat all these larvae and pupae, means the eggs and the small, you can say, stage mosquitoes, it will eat all of them from the water. So this is a one of, you can say, there are four steps which are done on the government side to protect their people from these diseases. Okay, now there is a term is used that is known as eradicating. Eradicating means malaria means completely removing. Okay, eradicating malaria means completely removing the malaria parasite from the population. Controlling the vector is not enough. It means that only to kill the mosquitoes is not a, you can say, you can stop the malaria, because mosquito, as I told you and we saw in the video, it's just like a carrier, it's just like a first host for them. But the main cause is the plasmodium. So you, they should do the some steps to kill that parasite, so then it will not transfer to the mosquito and even the humans. Then you can spread it. By killing the mosquitoes, you can maybe minimize its spread, but you cannot control it completely. Okay, now we will discuss about water pollution, and we'll see that from where it comes. So number one, We will see that the water pollution, the sewage. Sewage means the water which is coming from our homes, and it is contain the waste of even the human feces, and also the your, for example, cooking and all that stuff. So waste matter, this is rich of organic matter, thus microbial organisms can thrive in it, usually dispose in our water bodies, and thus has to be treated. Now, this is normally it's a common practice in all you can say less development countries. This water, mean the sewage water, directly they will put in the river, or if nearby any canal, or is there by any stream, or if it is a sea near it, they will just put inside that. Okay, so these things you should take care of. So it means that even you have to add that water, because there's no other, you can say, alternative. You can say dispose that water, so it should be treated. It should be treated in a treatment plant where you can remove the toxic and harmful material from it and make is, I'm not saying 100% safe, but almost 90 or 95% safe for the other organisms or for the other ecosystem. After that, domestic waste. Now, domestic waste means that now, as we discussed before, you see there are two kind of population. We have rural and we have urban. Rural means the countryside, or you can say your village, so small, very small areas far away from the main towns. Urban means you have cities, you have towns. Okay, so they are throwing their waste. They are throwing their waste in water, even in the stream. That is a fresh water, but they are throwing in that one, and then it was you can say uh, this water, it can has lot of microorganisms, it has pathogens which are not good, even it has nitrate, phosphates, because if you are uh, cooking at home, you have the different type of chemicals, and if you're cleaning your washrooms, you're using the Clorox and all that stuff, and if you're washing your clothes, even that one, it has a lot of, you can say, harmful chemicals inside them. So all it is just treated and sent it to the normal water, which cause the pollution. For example, detergents, metals, and other manufactured products contain the traces of toxic chemicals. So all these things going to the fresh water in the stream, in the canal, in the river, that cause the pollution. Now, this is another thing is the industrial waste. For example, you have a large variety of industries. They are using a lot of chemicals. Okay, and those chemicals finally, when they come as a waste, so they are sent to the rivers again. That can, and these you can say this kind of water which coming from the industrial process as a waste, it can contain some metals also, that is manganese, you have mercury, you have copper, and many more. So when they comes and they are mixed in a natural water, and that water somehow is used for drinking or washing the clothes, that one, so then it will cause the lot of diseases and the other pollution. The gases from industrial chimneys. Now the lot, for example, if you can say you have a burning process, or especially you have in oil refinery, you have the metal extraction plants, so there are the smoke is going out all the time, and that smoke contain also very harmful you can say chemicals. Sorry. For example, here, see, these are the chimneys, and they are just producing the smoke, and this smoke has lot of chemicals. It can have sulfur dioxide, it can have maybe nitrogen oxides. Okay, and in that case when they go up, they mix with the clouds and they can cause acid rain, and that acid rain with the form of precipitation, it comes down, and when the water goes to the rivers or the streams or canals, then it's mixed with the fresh water or the lakes even. It go to the lakes, so it mixed with that one. So all these can cause the pollution. Okay, after that you have the agricultural practices. Agricultural practice mean that we discuss in the chapter of agriculture, that to get the good crop they're using different kind of you can say fertilizers. Some are organic, some are inorganic, and they have, we can say, extra amount of phosphorus, nitrogen, and then it can mix with the groundwater also. Because if you remember, if there is a water on the ground, so we remember with in the last topic, did you see infiltration? Infiltration. What was infiltration? That the water above the surface slowly seeps or sinks into the ground and mix with the groundwater. And if this water which is above the ground, it's mixed with the chemicals like phosphorus, like some kind of acid, then it will go mix with the groundwater, so it will make the groundwater also polluted. Okay, so that thing also, you can say, affect the pollution of the water. Now we will see that what are the impacts of the polluted water. Okay, now number one, you have global inequalities in sewage and water treatment. Yes, if water, now for example, if now I will just explain to you in a diagram way. This one, this is fresh water. You have to, same, it's also fresh water, it is also fresh water. Both are drinkable without any pollution, but it is found in more developed countries and it is found in less development countries. So if by any mean this water become contaminated or water become polluted due to acid rain, due to domestic sewage, due to the industrial, you can say, pollution, anything. So these countries, they have money, they have resources, they again treat that water and make it safe again for drinking. But the poor countries, they do not have that resources. Once it's become polluted, so they have to use this one as it is. Okay, on a large scale, they cannot clean it. On individual scale, maybe the people can clean it at home, but it's not easy. So it means that if the water is polluted, so for developed countries, maybe they can get a, can say, good water even after polluted, after cleaning it, but less developing countries, they cannot make it safe. So it creates a inequalities. That means some has good drinking water and some have unsafe drinking water. That is the first thing. After that, the risk of infection, bacterial diseases, typhoid, cholera, we just discussed it now. Accumulation of toxic substance from industrial process, yes, lake in the river. If you will continue, you can say continue the waste, so it will go to the river and lakes, and you will find that less oxygen in the lakes and river, which can reduce the photosynthesis, and the fish and other you can say organism can die. This is another one. After that, you have biomagnification of toxic substance in food chains. Now they're saying increased concentration of toxic substance, for example, mercury, or you have the pesticides, okay, in the tissues of organism, successively higher level in food chain, causing illness. It also cause illness in the food chain, and that the animals or organism can be sick and it will disturb the whole food chain. Then you have bioaccumulation, mean accumulation of toxic chemicals in the tissues of particular organisms. It can cause that one. Formation of acid rain. You discuss. I think you have in chemistry thing this topic. And acid rain again. For example, sulfur dioxide and nitrogen oxide. They go to the atmosphere. When they go to the atmosphere, they will, you can say, mix with the water, and then it will cause the acid rain, and that acid rain comes down. It can increase the acidity of the soil, and it can also the, you can say, disturb the vegetation. And sometime in some countries it is so severe it can burn even the forest or the trees. For example, you can see here the effect of the acid rain on the organisms in the river and the lakes. What's number one? Lower pH. Lower pH. I think you know what to mean by lower pH. For example, if you have, this is your ground, okay, or you have, let's say here, water in the lake. This is a lake. It has normal pH 7. 7 mean neutral. Okay, you know that as a chemistry student, 7 means neutral. When acid comes from the top, so it will mix with this water. Due to that, the pH become less. Maybe it will go to 6, 5, 4. It means that the water become acidic, and that acidic water mean the lower pH. It's going from 7 to lower, so it is not good. It is intolerable for the aquatic life. The fish egg laying is reduced, and young fish are malformed. Leaching of heavy metals such as aluminium, lead and mercury from the soil into the water. They are also, that aluminium clogs fish gills and causes suffocation. Minerals essential for life, notably calcium and potassium, are washed out of the lake and river, reducing algae growth and leaving the less food for the fish and other animals. So these are the causes of acid rain on organisms which are living inside the rivers and the lakes. Okay. Any confusion? Yes, Khalafullah,
No.
Miral. Okay, so here you can
Yeah.
see diagram in which, now I will not add the video. Okay, I'm recording the video, but I will not add it because I found that some of the student, maybe they're just not joining due to they can see the video. So I will just upload the today's you can say the notes, and the video I will not upload. I was uploading it for your benefit because I want that you can revise it. But I found that some of the students, they are not joining it the class, only due to this one, that the video will be there, they can see it later on. Is it
Excuse me, sir, but sometimes, like for me, I have internet problem. So
so?
sometimes only I missed some points.
No
But from
problem.
the recording, I go back
Okay, now
to study
what you
again.
can do, okay, no problem. What you can do, you have my number. Okay, you send me a message, not in the group, a private message, that my name is this one and I need this video. Now I know that how many students are there. Rahaf is there, Khalafullah is there, Lean is there, now Marel is there, Mesam is there. So there are 5 students are there. If they will ask the videos, I will send to them, but please do not share it. It's like amana with you. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Okay, you can send me a message, so I will share you the link, inshallah. Okay, so after that, let's see, this is the causes of acid rain. And here, these I just added some pictures, and okay, now maybe in biology you also study this one. This is Eutrophication means it's a natural process that results from accumulation of nutrients in a lake or the other bodies of water, and it will become like this. You can see this diagram. You can see this one. Due to this, you can see the fish are dying because it will not allow that even sometime the sunlight, even sometime the oxygen to pass through the water, and which is used for the animals, can say as a food or for photosynthesis. So we'll see them now. Now nutrient enrichment leading to eutrophication means that excess of everything is bad. Excess of everything is bad. Now if you have nutrients in a, you can say, suitable amount, so then it is useful. We discussed that we give, for example, this nitrogen, potassium and phosphorus, all they are good for the plants, but up to a limit. And if this limit is exceeded, they can be dangerous for the growth of the plant. In the same way, if the nutrients are inside the lake or river, that's good. But if due to pollution, due to the waste which is coming to the lake, their numbers increase, their percentage increase, so in that case it can also causes that rapid growth of algae, and finally it will cover the surface of the water. So death of algae causes increase in organic matter that acts as a food for bacteria as they decompose the dead algae. Bacteria use up oxygen, reducing the oxygen content in the water and causing the death of organisms. So this is the main reason of that one. Okay, so what happens? The first of all, if the nutrients become high in percentage, so what will happen? They will make a rapid growth of algae. This is the first thing happen. After that, that algae death, from it will, the process when it will die. So there are some bacteria which use the algae as a food, and they decompose it. When these bacteria, if the algae is more, bacteria is more also, then these bacteria need oxygen. When they need oxygen, they will use up all the oxygen available there, and it means the oxygen will be less for the other organisms, and it can cause death. Okay, so here they have explained the nutrients enter in the water, then stimulate algae growth, mean it increased. Then algae, you can say the both, if it die, then okay, so algae die, then there is a bacteria. Okay, there are bacteria which will decompose it, and if the algae is increasing, the bacteria is also increasing. They use oxygen, and oxygen levels become less. Fish and many other aquatic animals, including insect larvae, die. So this is how eutrophication can cause death for a lot of aquatic animals. Any problem?
No.
Okay. Here another diagram, the same thing. You can go through this one. And this is sources from where the certification comes. Discharge from the, you can say, homes, even your organic inorganic fertilizers from factories, all they are sources of this eutrophication. Okay, now managing the pollution of fresh water. Now how you can manage it? These are, you can say, very simple, but you can go through these points. Okay, for example, improve the sanitation, mean that your sanitation means your toilets and latrines also used for toilet, the word. So what you'll find dictionary is also used for toilet. So when you are using this one, so that you should have a proper that toilet system, then you can stop or you can control that sewage pollution. Otherwise, if you don't have, it can, you can say leak anywhere, then you cannot control it. For that, they are using different types of toilets. For example, you have this one, the commode system, that's known as flush toilet. Then you have this pour toilet. And in the old countries, so old days, or in very poor countryside villages, you will find like this also, that's known as composting toilet. Okay, no, this is known as pit latrine, this one. So again, this is the flush toilet, this is poor toilet, and this is pit latrine. It's like this. So if at least you have one of them, then you can control that. Control means you can make a proper drainage system for them. Okay, and now this is you can say composite toilet. This is you can say that they are using, but in some countries, not every countries, they are, you can say, making the structure in such a way by using that different techniques, that the thing which is come from human, you can say, waste, and then it can be used as a fertilizers and other things, and even you can filter it, you can filter it. So it has one of them. In the exam they will not ask the procedure for this one, but this is one of the way. The dry toilets, in which the vegetable waste, straw, grass, sawdust and ash are added to the human waste to produce compost. Okay, it's the kind of a fertilizers, you can say. The treatment of sewage. Now, for example, if you have water which is coming out from the homes, mean the wastewater, and it is coming from the factory, all this one, how you can treat it? There is a term is used, BOD, biological oxygen demand. Okay, aims to reduce biological oxygen demand of the sewage. We will discuss what is that. Now, whenever you have any, you can say, plan to treat the water, sewage water, first of all you have sewage outfall. First of all you have to manage, and you have to see from where the sewage is coming out. All the pipes, these are coming from small homes, and they're coming going to a big, you can say, canal here, and they are mixed inside in this one. All from all home they're coming to this big canal, and after that is going to the treatment plant. How we'll see it now. See here, the first thing they, what they are doing, when the this waste water coming from the homes, it goes first the screening tank. What is the function of this screen tank? It's like this, you can see this one here. It has these small bars. It will stop the large particles. You can see even the large particles, you can see here. So screening tank, large objects are removed from the waste using a coarse grid. So, or you can say filter, you can use the word filter also. So you can remove the large particles. This is the first step. What is the first step? Screening tank. After that you have primary treatment or first settling tank. Now what is this tank? You will, in this tank, water will come from here, and you will leave the water here. You will not do anything. You will let the water stay there for a while, maybe one day, 2 day, or some hours. What will happen? All the large particle, dust, the dirt, it will go down here. All of they will settle down. In the same way, if you have a glass of water, and in this you will mix the dust, okay, and you mix completely and then leave it. After a few hours you'll find all the dust, it will settle down. Okay, It in chemistry, it is one of the method of separation. Okay, so here it will, you will let it settle down here, and the liquid will remain up. So by this way, you can remove the sludge and other mean the dirt particles from it. And after that, the water will go on this side. This is known as primary treatment or first settling tank. Secondary treatment or oxidation. You know, as a chemistry student, oxidation means adding oxygen to something. They're saying water is pumped into a tank where oxygen is bubbled through it. You can see these bubbles. From down, oxygen is bubbled through this water. Okay, you can see here. You can see here. Oxygen is bubbled from down. Why? This encourages the growth of bacteria and other microbes that break down organic matter, which is called BOD, biological oxygen demand. So it will, when you will provide the oxygen to this water, bacteria which are used to break down organic matter, they will increase their growth and they will decompose the things very fast. This is the secondary tank. After that, you have secondary treatment, secondary settling tank. It means after that, water will come to another tank. And in this tank, again, water is allowed there to stay. Okay. And what will happen? The water, here they're saying that water enters where the bacteria settle to the bottom, forming more sludge. This cleaner water overflows the side, and the clean water, it will go from above on other sides. So this is also like a sedimentation process. After that, sludge digester. For example, the sludge which is coming, for example, here you can see, here, this is the sludge. You can take it out. You can see here, it can be extracted. And then there is a machine that's known as sludge digester. What it will do? See here. Oxygen-free conditions, there's no oxygen, are created that encourage the growth of bacteria which can break down the sludge, releasing methane that can be burned. So now when you do this one, it releases the methane gas. You can see here. From here, there is a pipe which takes the methane gas, CH4. Okay. The treated sludge can be dried in, you can say lagoons. There's a separate places and used for organic fertilizers. So after that, you can use it as a fertilizer, organic fertilizer for the crops. After that, you have tertiary. Tertiary means third treatment. What is that treatment? That you will use chlorine. You will use chlorine in the water to kill the bacteria and the other germs. So this process also known as chloridation. Even the water treatment, it's also there. Drinking water treatment, also chlorination is there. So chlorine is added. So by this way, they are cleaning that water, wastewater, which is coming from the homes and the factories. You can see here. So here again, the same thing. This is a primary. You have this filter, remove the large particles. Then this is the first sediment. So we're discussing this one, that how the water is treated. The wastewater means coming from the homes. So first of all, it will pass through a filter, which will remove the large particles like a screen. It can use, it can remove the a large particle. After that, you have sedimentation tank, or the first tank where all the sediments, they will go down in the form of sludge. And then down you can fit a sludge digester. After that, will go to that another tank where oxygen is added. And oxygen, why oxygen is added? Because it will help the growth of the bacteria which will decompose the organic matter. Then again it will allow to settle down. The sludge comes here, that sludge again come to the sludge digester, you can see from here. Okay, after that chlorine is added to kill the bacteria and other germs and like this, and sometimes they're treating with ultraviolet light to kill the bacteria. So this is the procedure or the steps how the wastewater from the homes and from the industry is treated. And now if this in this condition, if the water in this condition, they will leave it in the rivers, lakes, then it will not affect the a habitat or ecosystem of the organisms. Is it clear?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Okay, then water treatment plant. Okay, the water treatment, it's again, I think maybe in chemistry you took this one. So it is the same like in chemistry. So here, first of all, you have coagulation, mean the particles of water are stuck together. They use a material that is known as coagulants. This is a material. In chemistry, you are seeing you studied this one. Let me make it big, little bit bigger. Okay. In first step, you will use that special type of chemical. They are known as coagulants. What they will do, if there is a small particles, when you throw this one, all particles they gathered, they stick with each other and they settle down. And in this tank or basin, this sedimentation, all these particles you can see, which are here, you can see here, which are above and spread all the water, all of them they now here, they settle down. Then this water will come here, and then here you have some kind of filters. Okay, and sometime here they're using fluoride. Fluoride is using for the teeth in drinking water especially. And after that they are doing the this infectant means chlorination, adding chlorine here. Okay, and after that that water will go to a container, and container you should means have something that it will not rust, it will not corroded, that otherwise the water will be poisonous if the rust will be in the water. Again, the water, raw water means from the stream, from the river or from the lake, it's come in a tank. In the tank they are using, it's like a powder chemical they are using as a coagulant. That one, this coagulant, what it will do, all these dirt particles before they are spread in all water, when this powder will come onto them, all they stick together. You can see the size now here, the size of this one and size you can see here. Now they become heavy. When they become heavy, they settle down. Before they are lighter, so they are moving all the places. When they stick together, 3, 4, 5 or 10 stick together, they become heavy and they go down here and they settle down here. Okay, that's known as sedimentation basin. After that they will pass through here, and then the chlorine is added. Okay, and sometime it is passed through the basin, I mean the beds of sand. I think it is here, let me make it a little smaller. This one here, you can see here is a filter. This filter have a sand and other things. There are some particles which are still left, they are stopped by the sand here. After that they'll use fluoride. After that they use chlorine. Again here you can say chlorine basin where chlorine is mixed completely. After that they have a special tank, where they storage the water, and here they will process it, they will pass through a process, so there will be no rust in the water, and then after that transfer to the home. Any problem? Hello?
No.
Okay. First of all, you have coagulation, mean particles in the water are stuck together and settle to the bottom of the container. That's known as coagulation. After chlorination, mean to kill the remaining pathogens, chlorine is used as a disinfectant. Okay. After that, the pollution control and legislation. It means that what are the ways how you can control the pollution. And legislation means which type of rules, or you can say laws you should make in your country. Legislation actually the part of the government. Legislation means to make special rules to control something, and pollution control. So here they have some of them, you can check, and there will come some in the exam also what you can do if you want to control. So first of all, industries are required to monitor the pollution they cause and keep it within the set level. As we said, discussed before, how to treat the wastewater. That by national and Great Lakes Water Quality Agreement, the different countries they have an agreement with other countries, like between USA and Canada, they have an agreement that's known as Lakes Agreement. According to that, they are unloading a limit phosphorus they up to that limit. They will check the, you can say, they have an agreement, they will not add more than that in that water. They have both sides. Fines for exceeding the set limits. Companies may be prosecuted. Prosecuted means investigated, and in extreme cases, forced to shut down. If they are not following the proper procedure SOPs, so you can shut them down. After that, companies may need government agreement on strategic plans to reduce the pollution levels. Incentives may be given. Incentive means just like benefits. If any company performing well, they are treating their water well, the wastewater, before they will leave in the river or the stream or canal. So they are treating it and making it less harmful. So you should give them some kind of benefits. The government should give. So these the things are there. These are the terms, and now we'll do the past papers. Now, really, it is easy, and maybe you are thinking that they will ask so much detail, but when you solve the past papers, inshallah, you will understand that which type of question will come regarding this chapter. So let me stop this one, and I'll share past paper with you. Can you see the screen? Can you see the question?
Yes.
Okay, now I'll start one by one. So please do not shy. If any question answer wrong, don't worry. Okay. Now, Lean, are you with me?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, Lean. Okay, Lean. First of all, what is this? Can you tell me what is this?
The water cycle.
The water cycle. And I hope you are aware of the procedure or the process which comes in the water cycle, like condensation,
Yeah.
transpiration, inshallah. So we'll see that one. First one, X. What mean X? Mean water is coming from top to bottom. What does it mean? Which process this is? When water is coming.
It's running. Wait.
Yes. Run is there. Run off is there. Surface.
Surface
Run
runoff.
off. Understand? Okay.
Yes.
Now, tell me here that describe the processes leading the precipitation in the diagram. Now see this diagram. How the precipitation occurs. Tell me. What happens first? For example, you know the precipitation. Precipitation means the rain, the ice, sleet, snow comes from that one. How it happened? First, what the first thing happens? Tell me.
Evaporation of the water.
Yes, evaporation of water from where? From
ocean.
Ocean, and from lakes, from rivers, or also from the ground if the ground is wet, and also from the plants. Evaporation from the plants is known as what? Transpiration, remember?
Yes.
Okay. After evaporation from all these places, what happens?
Condensation.
Condensation. Condensation means the water vapors, which mean they are in the form of gas, again they will convert into clouds, or you can say in the liquid form. Understand? And when they become clouds, so then they come out in the form of precipitation down, and that can be ice, snow, rain, hail, anything. So again, how this process occurs: the evaporation from oceans, from lakes, from rivers, and from plants. In the bracket you can write transpiration, and then what happens? Condensation happens, then precipitation happens. So this is they are asking here. So you can check the answer here. Same. Sun heats Earth's surface. Energy is from the sun. Water is evaporated from ocean rivers. Water evaporate from the plants. Then warm air, less dense. And here, so here the 4 points you have to mention till the clouds are formed and the droplets, water drops come down in the form of the rain, snow, and all these things. Is this question is difficult?
No.
Okay. So this is the first question. And now Miral. What's your name, Miral? I'm pronouncing it right or wrong?
It's Maril.
Maril, Malish. So I'm just doing it wrong. Maril. Okay. Maril, now it's your turn. So I will change the question. It's a little bit lengthy, but easy, don't worry. Can you see the question number 2?
Yes.
Okay. Now they're saying that the table shows data for some water stores, where in the word how the water is stored. They're saying that word water store, oceans, how much they have? 1,370 million kilometers they have. If you see the area of the ocean, it's like this. After that, the percentage of water, 97% water. Remember when we're doing the water, this one. So this is just information they have given. Okay. So in fresh water, they are nothing because salty water. After this, ice have this area, this percentage in water, fresh water. Then under the ground, you have this much. And then shallow groundwater which is found under the ground but not much deeper. Then you have the lakes. Then you have soil moisture, in the soil you have a moisture. Then atmosphere, in the droplets form, in the atmosphere, in the vapor form. Okay, you understood what is mentioned? They are mentioning in the table. Any question, Mariel?
No.
Okay, now they're saying they use the table and answer these questions. Name the largest water store that is saline. Where the most water is stored in the world?
Ocean.
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 Yes. Who answered? Maril should answer. Okay. So that is oceans. Understand? Okay.
Yes.
Now, question number 2. Name 2 stores that people can easily use for supply of fresh water. Which are fresh water here? Oceans are fresh water?
No.
No, they are salty water. Only ice is fresh water. Deep ground, that more than 750 meters, that is known as deep groundwater, and less than 750 as shallow groundwater. Lakes, these are the sources which are fresh water sources. Okay, even from atmosphere you can take. What do you think from these 4, which are in easy approach of the people? Which 2?
Shallow groundwater and lakes.
Lakes. Very good. Ice you can say, but no problem. Both are good. Okay. Any confusion?
No.
Okay. Now state the percentage of fresh water that is frozen. Check.
74.924.
Which is frozen. Yes, 74 point, or sometime you can say almost 75, but if the value is given you can take it from there. Is here any confusion? Okay. Now they're saying suggest ways a country could increase supply of fresh water. What the country should do for their people so it can increase the supply of fresh water. What do you think? This is open-ended question. What they should do? What do you think? What they should make?
Water treatment.
No, that is the treatment. But from where they can get the fresh water? Water treatment, okay, that is you can say. But other, from where they can get first, from where they can get water. So what the government should do? If the poor country, they can make well. Understand? Okay,
Dams.
like dams. Yes, good. So here you can see number one, desalination, which is you are getting from the sea water. You can making is a fresh water. Understand? Sea water is not a fresh water, but they are making it is a fresh water by process of desalination. After that, the building dams, well, the flood water like this, or by saving the water. These all methods. How many marks this one? 3 marks. Okay, so it can, you can write any 3 method. As I told you, you have to see the marks, can that you will give your answer. If 3, write any 3 method. And this another one is cloud seeding. This is I just add this one for your information. Cloud seeding means cloud seeding is a type of weather modification. You know that sometimes I think in Saudi Arabia, when there was no rain in last month, so they are planning for cloud seeding. So they will send some planes to the over the clouds and they spray some kind of chemicals, so it will start raining, artificial rain. So that's known as cloud seeding. Okay, but the detail is not required. Just for information, I wrote you. Okay. Now, next question. Give reasons why fresh water is often not safe to drink. They're saying sometimes you will find fresh water you cannot drink. What can be the reason? What do you think? We just discussed the water pollution now. So maybe water polluted due to what? Yes,
Waste.
Okay, anyone, if anybody knows the answer, they can answer.
Sewage water.
If sewage water can mix in that one of the reason. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes. Any other? Anyone can answer if anybody knows.
Maybe high bacteria.
High bacteria due to the acid rain. A lot of way you can say. So you can see here. Contains harmful microbes, pathogens, bacteria causing water-related borne diseases, typhoid, pollution caused by metal, sewage, oil, fertilizer, pesticide, chemicals, like this. You can write any 4. If the question 4, you can write any 4 reasons. Because normally fresh water is, you can say, safe to drink, but when it's not safe, when it has contamination, means pollution. And what are that reasons? It says here. So this is another question. Okay. Now who is the volunteer? Mesam Abdul Halim. Yes, Mesam, are you with me?
Yes.
Okay, now question number 6. Can you see this one?
Yes.
Okay, the table shows the percentage of population of 10 countries in Africa with access of safe drinking water, and from 1990 to 2015, almost 25 years duration this is.
Yes.
Okay, so now they have described the percentage. So in IGCSE, to understand a question is also means you answered half of the question.
Yes.
So first of all, you should read the question carefully, understand the question, that what is given and what they want to ask. For example, if you see the graph, they're saying the country names here, okay, and they are mentioning in 90s, you can say 90, Angola has only 42% people has access to drinking water, safe drinking water. But in 2015, it's become 49%. It means it is increase or decrease the percentage of the people who have access, increase. Then you have Botswana, you have 90%, 92%, that has become 96%. Okay, I think you can see in all countries it is increasing except Zimbabwe. Understand? So this is the table which has given to us. Okay, now we will see the question. Yes, Mesam, understood this question?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay,
yes, I understood.
Thank you. Now they're asking the average. First question, they're asking the average. For example, if they want to take the average of this side, what they will do? Normally, like subjects, add all of them, and divide 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I think 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yes, add all of them and divide, you will get 55.5. This is average. Okay, if you want to find the average for this side, what will be the average? You have calculator?
Add all of them and divide by 10.
Yes, good. So when you divide them, so you will get this answer, that is 74. So here you can say that if you see, compare in 1990 it was this one, and now it is generally improved. Yes, if you see all the countries generally except Zimbabwe, but normally it's improved. Okay, now see the question. Complete the table by calculating the average. We did it now, this one. Okay.
Yes.
Now state the country that had, what is the first thing?
Had
a decrease in access to safe drinking water from 90. Zimbabwe. Good. Next, the lowest access to safe drinking water in 2015, which still has the lowest. Huh?
Still has the lowest. Okay, wait.
Angola. Very good. Mashallah, you are genius. Okay. Next, the largest increase. Now you have to see increase. Be careful. Largest increase in excess of drinking water from 90 to 2015. You have to see increase in which have largest change. Understand? How you will find that change? You have to minus these two. For example, for Angola, you have to minus these two. For Botswana, you have to minus this one. You have to minus this one. So when you will minus, so you will see how much increase.
Ethiopia.
Which one?
Ethiopia.
Ethiopia, I will see. Malawi.
Oh.
We'll see. Where's Malawi? See here. Because before it was how much? 43.
43.
It's become 90. It means How much? 47?
Highest increase.
47.
Yes.
Yes, that's highest
Yes.
increase. If the question will come like this in the exam, is it difficult? All of you, I'm asking the question.
No, it's easy.
No. All of you, please try to understand, because you have an advantage. You are taking physics, chemistry, biology student. If you are, so it is easy for you. And you are taking mathematics. So just you have to read the question with a confidence. Inshallah, you can solve that one. Okay, now move. Okay, okay, now they're saying explain why access to safe drinking water is important for people. Again, like a honey question they gave you, you can answer it, because no more diseases. Yes, healthy crops, all these things. Dirty water can guard diseases. You can name the diseases. Okay, and so little. Sometimes people has less food. They almost depend on water. If the less water, people can dehydrate, can die like this. Okay, now they're saying that the graph shows global water consumption by continent. You know, there are 7 continents from 1970 to 2015. How much water is used by each, you can say, a continent. So here, what they mention here, they have given the total world and Asia, North America, Europe, Africa, South Asia, America. How much water is used in each of the continent? And this is total for all world, this one. So here they're using, you can see here, they have mentioned water consumption, but in 1 billion cubic meter, in billion per year. It is mentioned here. Understood what is the mentioned by the question? That this graph shows that from 1970 up to 2020, or what they mentioned, to 15 and predicted. Okay, and we have to take 15 till here, somewhere here. So we have, so here you have to see this graph and account that you have to answer. State the water consumption in Europe. Simply, where's the Europe? This one. 2010, go by this way. When you touch this line, go by this way. So you'll find somewhere here 600. You write this one. Is it difficult? Hello?
No.
So like this is question, you have to see all I already solved for you, and they're really easy. Just if you have any problem, you have to go through the notes, or you can check the lesson. Inshallah, you will find it. Do you have the books for environmental management with you or not?
Yes.
How many of you have?
No,
All
sir,
of-
I don't know.
Okay, so please, if you have a chance to book also, I'm not saying you have to depend only on my notes, but you can say, if you have a book, just go through that one. Sometime you can find a new thing there, new examples there. After that, another question. Okay, who is the next? Ola, you are with us?
Yes.
Okay, Ola. Can you see the question?
Yes.
Okay, good. So now they're saying that the cholera is a major water-related disease which causes large number of deaths in less economical developed countries each year. Providing people the safe drinking water helps prevent cholera. Describe how the cholera is spread from one person to another. So this one we just discuss in the with the help of video, with the help of okay, sorry. So they're saying caused by bacteria that's known as plasmodium. It went to the first person, and then no, sorry. This is cholera. We're talking about malaria. Leave it. So there is a you can say bacteria, and that bacteria is you can say found in water due to the leak in water supply. Maybe the sewage water, mean the dirty water is mixed with the drinking water, or sometime if a person drink that water, it caught cholera, and after that, maybe from him it can affect the other people by spitting on the ground, and sometime by passing through using that can say contaminated items like his containers he using for a glass of water he's using. If you drink that one, there are a lot of chances that one. So this is the main reasons. Okay, now this you should answer, Aula. Describe the government strategies that can help people in rural areas have access to safe drinking water. You know the meaning of rural area? Which areas are these?
Villages.
Yes, villages. Okay. In these areas, what the government should do so they can provide the safe drinking water for the people? What they should do? They made what? Tell me. They should made the well. You know the well? They should made the well. If already
Yes.
there is any lake or river, they should fit a you can say water treatment plant there. If the you can say there is nothing near that area, so they can take the water through pipes from long distance areas to those rural areas. A lot of things are there. Safe water, you can say make the holes, mean the wells from down, building pipes from rivers, from urban to rural areas, bottled water that can provide to the people like this. Water treatment they can provide. Understand?
Yeah.
Okay. Now the last but not the least, Rahaf. Yes, Rahaf, you are with us?
Yes, sir.
Okay, Rahaf. There is a question for you. So which cycle this is?
Water cycle.
Water cycle. Mashallah, good. Okay. The diagram shows a part of a water cycle, not all, just some part of that one. You can see here. State the names of process A and B. What is happening?
Evaporation.
Evaporation. Good. A and B is what?
B. Surface runoff.
Surface runoff, because water is coming from the top. This one, okay. Some countries with large stores, fresh water, cannot supply enough drinking water to their population. Suggest the reason.
Maybe because the water isn't fresh.
No, they have water.
Because the diseases.
Yes, diseases, but maybe they don't have a money. They don't have resources to clean that water.
Or even the population, like they don't have
Yeah,
some
maybe
rules
the
to
population.
follow.
Yes, it can be population big. Yes, good. So all these things are there. Good, Allah. So here means the water is not geographically water is not available, and population geographically inaccessible mean scattered different places. Maybe they are living in an area where it's water frozen. Then they don't have expenses or money like this. There are different reasons can be. They don't have the lack of treatment water facilities like this. Any confusion?
Sir.
Okay, now we have finished the chapter 4, and there are some questions we solved, and there are some which I will send you we did not solve because again it will finish after some time.